I started really realizing like my teachers, where they are, wanting to buy a Lambo, I just wanted a Lambo. I didn't know how. I didn't see Lambos in Spain. So I was about 20 years old, and I had like a, existential crisis.
How old are you now? Like how many years ago is this?
I'm 32 right now.
Okay, so this is like 12 years ago. Okay.
So the thing is, like, life didn't make any sense for me. That's why I really connect with people that don't have a vision, a purpose, and I really want to give them a purpose, because at that time I didn't have. So I was partying, I was doing drugs, the typical thing, living for the weekend, like that's normal guy, So it's like, how the hell I'm going to buy a Lambo, So I hit the gym. I just touched the gym and I just find a purpose. This was giving me flow state. Every time I hit the gym, I forgot about everything. So I was like, I have to do something about the gym. So I quit university. I sold my car. It was like around $7,000 at that time. I used all my savings. I got a ticket one way to Australia.
Oh.
Like that, without telling my parents or anything. Like literally, I did everything without asking anyone. So
why Australia?
Because I was in a treadmill in the gym, and this guy told me about his friend. He was living in Australia. It looked like a dream. Beaches, fitness very big out there.
Yeah.
So that's why
was this during the Z's era?
Yeah. So actually, bro, Z's motivated me.
Oh, let's go.
Like, the thing is, like, I'm always grateful to people that have helped me one way or another one. Yeah. I was a skinny guy. Like, I was in Spain. Like, I didn't pull any chick. Like, I was the loser of school. Literally, no chicks. I didn't play football. I was not cool. Like, so I turned YouTube and I see this guy, like, shredded. Like, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I mean, you never seen that. So
you Myron, bro?
Yeah, I was Myron. I was like, I want to look like that.
Yeah.
So I started hitting the gym. And everyone was laughing at me. It's like, you're never going to look like that. You're never going to do that. So all my friends started to drop off. And that's why one of the things I went to Australia, because he's from Australia.
Yeah, he is, yeah.
So I went there, bro, and I built...
so this is like, what, 2010, 2011-ish? Somewhere like that?
No, 2014.
24. Okay, so he was already passed away at this point.
Yeah, 2014, okay? So basically, I went out there and I built up, student visa, working construction, washing dishes. I had 2-3 jobs at that time.
Okay.
So
were you in Sydney or?
I was in Sydney.
You were in Sydney, okay.
Bondi Junction, So I had 2-3 jobs. I went to school. I studied Cert 3-4 personal trainer, my certification. I started working as a PT before I finished my certification, like in a very small gym. I substituted a trainer that we left for holidays. So after 2 months, the trainer came back and everyone wanted to stay with me. So I literally got like a full stack of clients from like 1 month to another one.
Yep.
So I built up. I just don't want to go very extensive in my story, but like in 2 years I went from like having no money. I was making like $1,000 a month in Spain. Like minimum salary. Yeah. I was living with my parents. I could not afford to live like in a house by myself. You know? It's like here in Miami. Imagine you make $2,000 a month. Like, how the fuck are you gonna pay rent?
You gonna be in the
food, and then like you just can't live. So that was me in Spain. So I went from that in 2 years. I built up to like maybe doing $15,000 a month. You know, in Australia. It was crazy. I was backed up 8 sessions a day, $100, $150 a session, personal training. They pay good there.
Yeah.
But again, I was like. I thought that was a dream, right? But I was again like I was unsatisfied. I was unhappy. I felt like lonely. I didn't feel like I started feeling I didn't like the gym because I was counting reps. It was repetitive. I was not, I was trapped. So I left Sydney. I went back.
I don't think people understand like how hard it is to be a personal trainer in the gym. Like you literally are there all day and you start to like hate the gym because you're there all day, man. And it's just like, and it's hard to get your own workouts in because you're training everybody else. And then when it's time for you to finally work out, you're like dead. And you're like, what the hell? Because you're in the gym all day, man. It's blood money.
It's super hard. I feel it. Every trainer that's been training for years say the same thing.
Yeah.
They hate it. They're just doing it for the motion, for the money. But bro, you don't want to be with that guy. Maybe you don't vibe with that guy. You counting reps, it's stupid. I didn't like it. And also, it's not the best way to get results because you don't change a person in the gym.
Yep.
You got to change their habits.
Outside the gym. Yep.
Because you train very hard and then he's like shit. So you can't really do anything. That's why I evolved to online training.
Yep.
I can really, really change someone What I do myself right now is with my content, I show them how I live.
Yeah.
And with my coaching, I teach them the basics, and I jump on calls every week. That's how I change people.
Yeah.
But either way, I went from doing 15 G's a month in Australia, like supposedly I bought a Honda CBR,
Yeah.
I was starting to see chicks out there. I was doing festivals.
Yeah.
And I started again to do drugs, So it's funny, like.
So 20 years old, you take the risk, you go out to Australia, you grind. You're 22 now.
Yeah.
You're making $15K a month, which is a lot.
Yeah.
You're still going to school, right? You said.
So for people that are listening right now, I know you guys, want to help people with the business stuff.
Yeah.
Just see how I escaped the matrix, right? I drop alcohol, I drop party, I drop drugs, I stopped seeing chicks, and I was waking up 4:30 a.m. Work, gym, do my meal prep, and that's how I did it.
Yeah, for 2 years.
For 2 years.
And you made $15K a month doing that.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
grinded. Okay.
Grinding.
See the pattern? Monk mode.
Yeah.
He took away all the vices and then focused.
Exactly. But
Yeah.
the thing is that I'm a student visa, so this company takes like hundreds of people every year, and the guy that takes people, he comes to me and say, bro, like, how do you do it? I'm like, what? It's like, you still here after 2 years, and you're making all this money. Like, it's like I bring out, let's say 100 people, 99 go back with no money.
Yeah.
I'm like,
yeah.
bro, these people are on the beach drinking.
Yep.
I'm working.
Yep. Yeah, Bondi Beach is very nice.
Yeah.
You're in a good area. So
Yeah.
so you're there, right? So you grind for 2 years. You start making this money at 22 years old.
Yeah.
Right. Then you start introducing the festivals and the girls again.
And I started I wanted to compete. I started abusing of steroids. So that was my first low. I started to make some money, and first thing I do, I blow it on steroids. I blow it on a coach. I do a competition, and I fucked up my health, my mental health. I don't know how you say in English, vigorexia. Vigorexia, like you see yourself small, like fat,
body dysmorphia.
Body dysmorphia.
Yeah.
So I fucked everything to the point where like I could not pay rent.
Oh shit.
And literally I was left like in the street. I had to ask my dad for $500 to pay rent. He's like, yeah. First time I asked him for money. He sent me the money. Like years after, he told me that he had to get a loan
Oh wow.
to lend me the $500.
Wow.
That was the situation of my dad in Spain.
Yeah.
When I left, he's like, bro, I cannot pay you the ticket back. So you're risking
it out.
Like I'm doing a 30-hour flight by myself with the bag.
When you left the first time.
When I left the
he
first
told you
time.
I won't be able to get you a ticket
I
back
risked
home.
everything, dude.
Okay.
Like I risked all in. That's why when I reached to Australia, I just started work.
Yeah, you didn't have a choice.
So either way, I fucked everything there. I went to Craigslist or Gumtree, it's like a website. This guy was offering like free stay, like a retired judge. I was like, what? I go there. He asked me for a photo. I was kind of weird. I meet him, everything. And then after like a week or two, the guy, like, he was gay. And he was like, I was like, this is where I bounced.
Yeah.
But either way, like.
He said, you want the job? I give you a job now.
Things started like to get weird. I'm like, I'm out, bro. I'm out. I'm not. I'm gonna pay for this shit.
Yeah.
But either way, so I started partying again, all this stuff. So at the time, I don't know what I'm doing.
How'd you get the money to party the second time around?
Well, because I was already making money.
Okay, so you get out that situation. Did you get back on your feet again?
Yeah, I got my feet again. But the thing is, like, now I can see back. I know perfectly what I was doing.
Yeah.
Because I was not happy.
Was it the personal training that like got you back? Like, did you get back into the personal training and started grinding again?
Yeah. So the thing is, like, when you start making money, like I was just not happy. So I was escaping. People escape constantly. If you're watching this and you're doing drugs, you're partying, you're escaping. The thing don't understand. Like, they don't even know they're escaping. So either way, I was not happy stuff. I go back Spain, and I hit there after 2 years. Everyone is in the same situation, bro. Same job, same complaints, partying. So I'm like, I gotta leave this shit.
Okay, so what? So now you're what? 23, 24 now?
Yeah, that's probably like 2016.
Okay.
2016. So I'm like probably 24, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you make the money, get a high, start doing drugs again, lose it, make the money again.
Yeah.
You're able to afford a ticket to get back to Spain. You get back to Spain.
I had some money saved out there, not much, not like before, nothing.
Okay.
But I had enough to then get to Spain, and then like I went to the U.S.
Okay.
And my mom is like, "Are you crazy? Like, do you not have a visa?" I'm like, "Yeah, like, look, I got like 6 months. Tourist.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I got a 6 months tour extended.
Real quick for the audience, like guys, there's certain countries that are on something called a visa waiver list program, and Spain is one of them. Typically, first world and Western European countries, where you could come into the United States, you could stay for 3 to 6 months without a visa. It's just ESTA.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Just so like I don't want to do it very slow, so people catch the thing, and they know who I am.
Yeah,
I
for
went
sure.
from being
Take your time,
from
bro. It's
having
fine.
$50 in my bank account to
When you came to the United States,
yeah. Well, no, that's in Australia.
that was another.
That's
Okay.
like 7 years ago.
Okay.
7 years ago, I went from a hostel in the U.S. to a Bugatti. 7 years. Hostel to Bugatti. You know, hostel to $22 million mansion in the Hibiscus Island.
Nice.
Hostel to private jet. So if people think like this is nothing to listen, like you should like listen.
Yeah,
You know, because I went from not getting any chick to having the hottest wife, you know, with the hottest friends in a fucking 102-foot yacht, like cruising Mexico with a yacht full of chicks, you know, like, so, I mean, you can really create whatever you want to fucking live.
Yeah.
If you have it in your mind and you desire this, you know, you think it's possible in your mind, you have faith, you know, and you put the word out there and you put the action, it's going to materialize.
Yeah.
You know, when, if you worried about when, that's because you're just doing it for the money. You know, the key thing, everything I did was with love. You know, so when you do it with love and faith, you go anywhere.
What was the breaking point for you where you said, you know what, I'm tired of living this lifestyle where I'm not happy. I want to have success. I want a Lambo. What was that breaking point for you?
So the Lambo was something since I was a kid, bro. You know, that was something I really decided I had inside me, the Lambo, you know, so that fueled me a lot, you know. But yeah, that was my goal, you know, getting that Lambo, you know. When I came to the U.S., it was 2016.
Okay.
You know, I was living in a hostel.
How much money did you come here with?
Bro, like, to be honest, I don't remember exactly. Probably like maybe like I had maybe $5,000 saved.
$5,000 saved.
When I hit U.S.
Yeah.
You know, after everything.
Because you went to Spain for a bit, worked after coming
Yeah,
from Australia,
yeah.
and you said, I'm going to the United
Yeah,
States.
yeah.
And your mom thought you were crazy.
So yeah, so when I hit the U.S., I was living in a hostel. I probably had around $5,000 saved.
Okay.
You know, but I mean,
Where'd
it's
you go?
expensive.
Where'd
LA.
you go? Where'd you land when you came here?
LA.
Miami?
LA.
Los Angeles. Okay.
L.A.
And then was it LA where you planned to stay, or did you?
I mean, you know, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Venice Beach.
Okay.
That was my dream.
Okay.
You know, so I hit California, like, you know, Venice Beach, Gorge in Venice.
Of
I'm like,
course,
oh,
the
this is a
legendary
movie.